أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسول الكريم. Inshallah, we will start Surah Al-Mutaffifīn today. Surah Mutaffifīn has 36 verses in it. Ayatuha. It has one ruku'. Ruku' means like a paragraph by which you can finish one rak'ah. Has the same meaning as called ruku', one ruku' in it. In the current Qur'an, the order is 83. This is called Tartib Mashafi. Mashaf means scripture. Tartib means order. So the scripture order is 83. Tartib means order, Nuzul means revelation. The order in which it was revealed is 86. Surah means a chapter of the Qur'an. Makkiya means it was revealed before the migration of the Prophet ﷺ from Makkah to Medina. There is difference of opinion amongst the scholars that this surah, the whole surah is Makki or part of it is Makki. The reason is that normally in Makki surah, Allah talk about Tawheed, the oneness of Allah, Risala, the stories of the Prophet, the day of judgment, invitation to the people to become Muslims. In Madani Surah, Allah tells the people how to live as a Muslim, ahkam, rules and regulation, what is halal, what is haram. So normally in Makki Surah, there is no halal and haram. It is just inviting you to enter in the fold of Islam. Then Madani Surah will tell you how to live as a Muslim. But in this Surah, it's the Surah Allah condemns the people who do fraud in measurement and weighing in the business fraud. So this is a command. So according to the ulama, Abdullah ibn Masud radiallahu anhu, he said this is Makki surah. But Ibn Abbas and Qatada and Muqatil and Duhaq, these are big pillars of the Tafseer. They say this is Madani surah. Okay, and they say only 8 verses of it are Makki, the whole surah is Madani. This is what Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu is saying. And what Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu say, when the Prophet ﷺ came from Makkah to Medina, this is the first surah which was revealed in Medina because the business people of Medina, they were mainly businessmen and they used to do a lot of fraud in the buying and selling, in the measurement and the weight. That is why Allah, for them, Allah revealed this surah, the first surah in Medina. So, although in every mazhab you will say it is Makki, but keep in view that there are very strong narration that this might be a Madani surah also. Okay? This surah has 2 names, like many other, Surah Bani Israel, Surah Al-Isra. Similarly, Mutaffifīn also in some Qur'an you will say, it will say Mutaffifīn. In the other it will say Surah At-Tatfīf. Okay, so Surah At-Tatfīf and Surah Al-Mutaffifīn. Rabat with the Maqabal. The last surah, it finished with what? The day of judgment. يَوْمَ لَا تَمْلِكُ نَفْسٌ لِنَفْسٍ شَيْئًا. This surah starts with the day of judgment. The one who do tatfif, who do business fraud, Allah say, أَلَا يَظُنُّ أُولَٰئِكَ أَنَّهُمْ مَبْعُوثُونَ لِيَوْمٍ عَظِيمٍ. They don't think that they're going to be raised on the big day, that they are doing fraud in the business. So one finish with the day of judgment, the other start with the day of judgment. It is called Rabat with Maqabal, link with the old one. So what is the main subject of the surah? The main subject of the surah, the surah can be divided easily into 4 parts. This is part number 1. In this part number 1, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talk about the business fraud, condemn the people who do reduction. They demand full when this is their turn to receive. But when it is their turn to give, they do fraud. They give less than the pound, less than the kilo. When they measure less than the yard, and they take the money full. So Allah condemned those kind of people who are not giving in full to the people their dues. This is the first thing in the surah. The second thing in the surah is Allah talk about 5 things about the people of Jahannam. So 5 points will be about the Jahannamiyin. Then this is point number 1. Inshallah, we will go about the people of the hellfire. This is point number 2. This is point number 3. This is number 4. And this is number 5. 5 points regarding the people of the fire. Then after that, Allah mentioned 5 things about the people of Jannah. That their book will be in Illiyin. They will be in the Na'im. They will be on the thrones. There will be freshness on their faces, and they will be drinking clean and pure wine. 5 things. Then the conclusion of the surah, Allah condemned those people who make fun of the Muslims. They see the Muslim lady with the hijab, they start pointing to one another, they give these funny kind of smiles. When they see the person who has beard, a person who is dressed a little bit different, a person who say Allahu Akbar, the one who pray, the one who, they make fun of them. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say, on the day of judgment, in addition to the fire and the other things, they will be the target of the smile and the laughing of the believers also. Allah will punish them in that way, to take revenge. So 4 things, okay? The first portion is what? Tatfif. Condemning the people who do tatfif. Tatfif means reduction. The second thing, 5 points regarding Ashabul Jahim, the 5 points regarding people of Jannah. And at the end, Allah talk about what? Allah condemn those people who make fun of the believer. Right? This is how. What is the root word of the tatfif or mutaffifin? The root word is tawaffa, tawaffafa, tawafa, and fa. In the original lugha, it means small, qilla, like something which is reduced, which is small. That is the original meaning of tatfif. Okay, now this the one who do tatfif is mifa'il, like the doer. He will be called mutaffif. Okay, and the same rhyming like mu'adhin, mu'allim. Okay, in the same way. So this will be what? Munazzil. Who is Munazzil? Allah. Okay, and then what is Munazzal? Qur'an. So Munazzil is the doer, Munazzal is the object. Munazzil is Allah and Munazzal is Qur'an. Right? So in the same way, Mu'adhin is the caller, Mu'adhan is the call that he is calling. Okay, Mu'adhin, Mu'adhan. Mu'allim is used in the Qur'an as a teacher. Mu'allam means taught. Okay, so when they condemn the Prophet, they say Mu'allamun Majnoon. He's taught by somebody and he's crazy. So Mu'allam and Mu'allim, just one vowel will make the one doer and the subject and the object. Okay, so Mutaffif will be the one who do tatfif, and Mutaffaf will be the one who is the target of tatfif. That the tatfif is done with him. Maf'ul. Okay, Mutaffif. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say wailun. Wail means destruction. Okay, destruction means that he is destroyed, he is gone. In the Old English they use this word woe, which I don't like that much. So destruction. Okay, destruction is for the mutaffifin, the one, how will be translated? The one who give less than due. This will be the meaning. Okay, mutaffifin, the one who give less than the due. Whatever he's supposed to be giving, he give less. Okay, wailul lil mutaffifin. So, what will be that? One will be in the kale. Kale means measurement. Also, measurement normally, this is used for the yard, the carpet. You buying the land, you measure it. The cloth, you measure it. Okay, and this is also used for volumes also, like petrol and those kind of things. Strictly in the fiqh, it is more detailed. As I told you one time, if you remember, that these things in Arabic, they are 4. Okay, the first one is called mawzunat. Mawzunat is from wazan, the thing that you give by kilogram or pound, by wazan, they are called mawzunat. Okay, like today, what we are buying the sugar and the salt. So how we buy? They are mawzunat. And rice. Okay, then the next thing is called ma'dudat. Ma'dudat means adat, when you count, like number, like eggs that you buy. These are called ma'dudat. The third things are called makilat. Makilat is from kale, anything that you do by volume, like petrol and milk. And in the old time, the wheat also used to be done by volume. Qafiz was a container, and they used to say, give me 1 qafiz, 2 qafiz, but go by volume. They call makilat. And the fourth thing is called mazru'at. This is from zira'. Zira' means yard. Okay, like cloth and carpet and lead. So this is in the fiqh detail. But here in the Qur'an, Allah used only 2 of them. Mawzunat mean the weight one, and both mazru'at and makilat, Allah used the word kale for them. Okay, and then Allah used the word, in English we use measurement. The one which are measured and the one which are weighed. We don't talk about. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala used kale and wazan. Kale mean measurement and wazan mean weight. Okay? Otherwise the detail in the Arabic is this one that I told you. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He condemned the people who do tatfif, reduction, in what? In the kail and in the wazan, in the measurement and in the weight. Okay? Now, the concept of the tatfif is big, is very broad. What is that? Like, for example, Umar radiallahu anhu, he saw a man who was praying salat, his sajda, his ruku', his qiyam was not good. He was just playing very quick. So Umar radiallahu anhu say, لَقَدْ تَوَفَّفْتَ, you did tatfif in salat. You reduction. You didn't pay Allah what was due on you. So tatfif can be in sajda and in ruku also, in salat also. Malik rahimahullah say, لِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ وَفَاءٌ وَتَطْفِيفٌ. The opposite of tatfif is what? Wafa, to be loyal, to fulfill. That is called wafa. So wafa is on one end and tatfif is on the other. So Malik rahimahullah say, the tatfif is not just in the kale, in the measurement and in the wazan. It is in everything. Like for example, in salat there is tatfif. In wudu and taharat there can be tatfif when you don't wash properly 3 times. So you did a reduction in what the wudu was needing. You didn't fulfill the right of the wudu. In hajj you can do it in al-huququllah. Similarly, in huququl ibad, for example, you are working for somebody. So 8 hours, you go 10 minutes late, you leave 15 minutes early, so you did tatfif. While you are on the job, you are talking on the cell phone and wasting your time, you doing tatfif. So all these things, there, لِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ وَفَاءٌ وَتَطْفِيفٌ. Wafa and tatfif is in everything. It is just not in the measurement and in the weight. Okay, so the concept of this is very broad. So inshallah we will start from tomorrow, the details. Just keep these things in the 2 names of the surah, the rabat with the maqabal, the main subject of the surah, and the meaning of the word tatfif. Inshallah, this should be enough for today. Wa akhir da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.